Well, hey y'all, and welcome. I am Alicia, also known as the Fanciful Flamingo, and this is my floss tube channel. And what is a floss tube? Well, it's all about cross stitching. Although I am doing a little bit of quilting, I do talk a whole lot about my shopping and sometimes about my family. So if you want to hear all about that, you have come to the right place, and welcome. I'm so glad you're here, and if you're returning, thank you so much. I have Thanksmas going on today, but I'll be right back. As all of you who've been here before know, I like to start my floss tubes with prayer and praise. So I'll be right back with y'all. I know I'm looking like a hot mess express today, but I have been putting together subscription boxes all week, and I just took the last 100 to the post office. And some of y'all might be experiencing beautiful fall weather, but it's still hot as Hades here in South Florida and very humid. So I haven't, full disclosure, washed my hair in 3 days. I think I've showered, but we are here and we are done. And I love doing the boxes, but let's get on to why we're here. Prayer and praise. And we have lots to pray for. Continuing to pray for those affected in Tennessee and North Carolina from Hurricane Helene. It's going to be a very long road. It's going to be years. The rest of the world, we've kind of gone on with our lives. They cannot. Let's continue to pray for them. Let's continue to pray for the victims of the tornado that came out of, I guess for us, nowhere in Oklahoma this past weekend. Again, a path of devastation and destruction in its wake. As you know, I am from Spain, grew up in Saragossa. I have a cousin who lives in Valencia, but he lives north of the river, so he was not affected. But let us pray for, we know in this country all too well what mudslides and floods can do. Let's continue to pray for all of the people of Spain and Valencia who have been affected, the people of Barcelona, and I believe I saw also some major flooding in the Czech Republic. Mother Nature's not happy with us, y'all. She's not happy. I want to pray for a dear friend and retreater. She is part of our Stitch Florida family, and she wrote to me about a month ago and said that she would not be able to attend next year. Her granddaughter was gravely ill, and she just couldn't commit to anything. Completely understood. Unfortunately, I got a message the other day that her granddaughter had passed away. So I want to keep our fellow retreat family member in our prayers as we go forward. And as you guys know, where there is prayer, there must be praise. I would like to send a huge shout out, not that they watch, but the Amish country who has gone into northern North Carolina and built these log homes overnight so that our fellow countrymen, human beings, brothers and sisters, can get out of the tents in the freezing cold. And it might not be the home that they had, but it is 4 walls and a roof over their heads. God bless you to every single man, woman, and child who has given of their time and talent to help our fellow brothers and sisters out. Praise to everyone in Spain. I saw a video of people walking because they couldn't get to Valencia, walking miles over a bridge with brooms and shovels in their hands just to help scoop mud. Praise, praise, praise. Praise to Holly Neal and her family because Graham is home and he's doing great. And praise to all of you who get up every day and make the decision to be a nice human. My family thinks it's hysterical that I wear this shirt, and they go out of their way to make me not be one when I wear it. I know, it's not nice of them. But thank you so much for all the prayers, for the continued praises. It is felt, and I love y'all all for it. and we will be back in a second to get into what I've been up to the last 2 weeks. So I'm coming at you from a little different spot today, kind of, sort of, kind of. As those of you who follow me on social media know, I am redoing my craft/studio, and I started on this all last weekend. I am in love with it. My husband built me, we went to Michael's and got 4 of these kind of caddy things, and he built it up for my quilting cutting table, finishing table. So that's what I'm actually standing in front of. So for once, I'm not sitting at a desk because that desk is gone, and I'm not sitting at my chair right now because that wall's not painted yet. I got one more wall to go. So, and then I went to Michael's this morning after I went to the post office, and I really, even now that I have purged so much, do not have room for a full-size tree in here, but I bought 2 of these, and I couldn't wait to put one up. So I've got Thanksmas going on right now. Look, a little bit of Christmas, a little bit of Thanksgiving and fall. A little bit of Christmas, a little bit of Thanksgiving and fall. Y'all want me to stop that? All right, I will. Let's get into FFOs. I also, after I left the post office today, went and picked up 3 framing pieces that I had dropped off 2 weeks ago. This is Baskets and Butterflies from Liz Matthews. And if you pay attention at the front of my video, you will see that it has already got its place of honor beside another Liz Matthews. Can't even remember what that one is. Right at our front entrance. But she turned out fabulous. And I picked the same frame since I knew that they would always sit together. But I can put a hole in the wall if I want to, because there's no proof that there were ever other holes in the wall. Thank you very much, Vincent Villarchow. And then I dropped off these 2 Kathy Barracks, and so I wanted kind of a prim frame to go with these, and I knew that they were going to go together on my wall in here, so I wanted the same frame. So this is either needlework or needleworker. I'm sorry, I don't know. I should have pulled it. Spoiler alert, this pattern's going to be one of my giveaways today. I can't keep a secret to save my life. And then, really wish I knew what this one was called, but it says, I myself am made entirely of flaws, stitched together with good intentions. I have good intentions every day of being a nice human. Sometimes I fall short. So these are going to go on the wall that's left to be painted. I'm so excited. And I dropped 3 more off today. We got to drop these off little by little. But I love having them framed. I love seeing them up. I love putting holes in the wall to hang on my goodies. So those are the 3 that I picked up from the framers. And I'll be back in a second because I did a little bit of FFOing. I have some FOs. Yeah, I do. Actually, a big whip FO. And I have some starts this time that I haven't been able to finish. I'm all over the place these last 2 weeks. I didn't get a lot of stitching in this week because I was busy getting y'all's boxes out. But we've got some stuff to show. So y'all hang tight. I'll be right back. Y'all, I'm so irritated with myself because I know I have 1 more FO. And I know I put it probably in a good spot because I've literally had to move things around so many times in here to paint. And I can't find it for the life of me. But I did my own FFO this week. This is a pattern by Stitches by Ethel. And I'm almost positive that I bought this pattern at the Library Stitchers Retreat. Missy and Kathy have stitched patterns of hers before, and I've loved them, and I have several to do. But I knew I wanted to get this done, and I did this in like 2 or 3 nights. I did my own color conversion to color and cotton threads because I wanted it to match. Hold on. And I will show you. I had done this, I will poke you. Sorry, guys. When I was at the Stitch New England retreat. And these colors are in here. With a little bit of extra. And I did supply the conversion on Instagram and Facebook, but I will put it at the bottom in the notes. And this frame is a Michael's frame. And they had buy one, get one, 50% off when I was in there last week. Ideally, if I'd have had this framed, I would have had negative space down here. This would have gone to the bottom. But and this would have gone to there. But honestly, guys, I love it. I wanted it to be able to be on my bookshelves. Had I known that I would have this much space up top, maybe I would have done a couple more quilt stars at the top. But I still love it. I laced it, you know, it's got the foam board. It's got quilt batting and then 2 layers of quilt batting to make it fluffy. And then I laced it and it fit perfectly in here. And it hangs right there on my bookshelf now with some of my tomatoes and stuff. So that was that was a start, a finish, and an FFO last week, not this week. I think y'all will remember, what in the heck did I just do with the other one? That I started this. This was part of my June 24 and 2024. This was Fractal Flower by Kathy Barrick, and she's a big one. And she has a lot of stitching. And I worked on her and worked on her, and I worked on her a lot in September. And y'all, I am ashamed to say it. She went into my whips because I needed a break, but I literally only had like half of this leaf and half of this leaf to go. I really did. And so Monday, I was looking through, I have only 2 whips left from 2024's. 2 whips outstanding for 2024. Now, I still have some from 2023. We're not going to talk about that right now. But I finished her. She's done. And I was going to take her to get framed today, and I was like, no, I want to show her. So I had finally an FO of my Fractal Flower whip from Kathy Barrick. It's all the called for NPIs, and there really aren't a lot of NPIs in this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, there's 11. I lied. But for something this big. So she's done. And I am happy, and when I pick the 3 that I dropped off today off, she will be dropped off. And you better believe, Vincent Villarchel, there's a hole going in the wall because this one's getting hung. Yes, sir. And I just had the other one in my hand. I see it over there in the chair. I'm going to slide off camera 1 second and go grab it. Hey, y'all. So, my dear friend, Annie, the Proper Stitcher, and also I want to say Nebby Needle, were part of a fundraiser to help everyone affected by Hurricane Helene. And Annie did Go Tell It on the Mountain, which we've all seen and love. So you know I had to get it. It came in the mail Saturday. When I finished painting Saturday night and I couldn't move my body, I sat down and I started stitching this right away. And this is what I stitched on Saturday and Sunday and got her done. I love this hymn. Go tell it on the mountain, over the hills and everywhere. Go tell it on the mountain that Jesus Christ is born. I love it. I love me some hymns at Christmas. Y'all excuse having to put up with my singing, but it is my floss tube. Now, I will tell you, I immediately knew how I wanted to do it because I'm going to do it as an ornament. And the good thing about redoing my craft room and pulling everything out is I found a whole bunch of stuff that I had bought and forgotten about. Can y'all believe that? I know. So I knew that I had something I wanted to put this on. So I took the measurements and I had to do a little fudging. I hated to do it, but I wanted it. So I took this tree off and I slid these over. And you can see it here. It's a little more smushed. So there's no tree there, but I ended up putting another snowflake in it. I know my lights will shut out. And then I moved this tree over and moved this one so it would fit. So I got that finished, but not FFO'd. So those are my pickup from the framers that count now as fully finished. My FFOs and a whip that's an FO and a start that's an FO. And I did all of the called for on Annie's because they were just perfection. And the best part of this is I did not do it on the called for fabric, but I went shopping in my fabric stash and my floss stash, and I was able to kit everything up from home. So you gotta love that. Not that I haven't done shopping. Relax, everyone. And give me a second and I will come back with some of my purchases. Hang tight, y'all. Y'all, I had to take a trip around my house to make sure I'd gotten everything, and I probably haven't. A lot of what I have bought in the last 2 weeks have been knickknacks, antique, thrifting for the craft room. So maybe not as much cross stitching. I've bought 0 quilting. I know y'all are shocked. I think I have enough for right now. I went on Hollis Hands Creates because there's a pattern, and I apologize I don't have it right now, that somebody posted on Instagram, and she stitched it on this, which is no idea because it doesn't tell me. Oh, this is Haunted by Picture This Plus. And I bought it in 32 and 36 because it's dark and I wasn't sure which one I would be able to see the best on. So I bought these 2. And then, oh, what's the other one? And then that's Haunted. That's a Picture This Plus as well. Y'all, I'm gonna crinkle open, and I apologize because the tag is on one of them, but not on the receipt. And then I bought, what is this? Velt, 36 count by Picture This Plus. And I apologize because y'all know my lights kind of wash everything out, but the modeling on this is just exquisite. So I am trying to up my 36 count a little bit more. So I got those from Hollis Hands. And if you've ever ordered from her, you know that they come so lickety-split. Oh, looks like there's nothing in here. That's the bag that came in. This is a Brenda and Laura Because purchase, but they had showed this from their visit recently to Hobby House. And so, as I always do with them, I paused and ordered immediately. Kathleen Dempsey, 1883. Those are just all my colors. All my colors. And I'm going to do them in the 103s. Or the 100.3s. Y'all know what I mean. So this was a purchase from them as well. And then I looked around. I keep saying I'm not going to buy anymore. I'm going to buy with intention. I said be a nice human. I didn't say never lie. And I saw this, and I think I've seen somebody else doing it. But Quaint Rose Needle Arts, the Peppermint Urn. Come on, y'all. It's it's Gentle Art or DMC, Thoughtful Conversion. But yes. And if y'all know me, that's not really bad. That's not really bad for me. Okay? For me. What else did I buy? What's in here? Oh, and this is from Garibaldi's Needlework. This was, I think the Sable Stitchers showed this. I could be wrong, but Jardin Privé. I have a lot of her stuff, and I needed this, y'all. I needed it, okay? I'm not totally a Halloween person, but if it's a witch, I can relate. I don't think so, but my husband and my family sometimes tell me that there is a strong resemblance. So, you know her shoes will be red. You know they will. So I got that one from Garibaldi's. And then, who did I buy this from? The Cross Stitch Nook. I got Picture This Plus Regency 36 count. Best part is I bought this for something and didn't do a sticky note. But it's Regency. I mean, but hey, if any of y'all know why I bought Regency, will y'all let me know? And then my dearest, sweetest friend, Carrie Chamberlain Tiger Lily, who's cuckoo in the Cocoa Puffs for doing this, but she has an amazing Patreon, and she is a cross stitcher, a quilter, a knitter, and a hooker. Her words, not mine. Rug hooking, people. That and a whole bunch more, plus a really, really nice person. But her Patreon is doing and is teaching us, it's a Make with Tiger Lily kit, which we will all be joining her tomorrow at 2 p.m. And it is doing a patchwork project bag. It is. One of these. Because y'all know I'm a quilter now. So I jumped on it. Look at this. She sent this in this, yes. Yes. And the batting, and the binding, and the zipper, and the, the iron-on, whatever. Y'all know. And then, she cut all of these herself. And this wasn't like, you had options. You had options. Your options had options. But this is everything to make a quilted project bag with her tomorrow. Stay tuned to see if I finish it tomorrow. But those are my purchases. Like I said, I have bought a lot of stuff for my craft room, and I wanted to show y'all. The day I went to Michael's, Home Goods is right beside it. Be the death of me. And I was looking at frames, and I found these shabby chic frames at Home Goods for $6.99. Now, these don't just have to be for Christmas. I'm a green girl. Y'all know I am. But I thought that these would be great. I'll take the glass out and everything. But then I can do different stitches throughout the year and switch them out and put them on my bookcases. Framing is expensive. I am not going to lie. And it's worth every penny. But when you can do it yourself, and it's a smaller project, and it's maybe some seasonal things that you're not going to have out all year, this is a great way to frame your own things. And I like to lace, but I have done the two-sided sticky tapes and done it before. I have pinned, not my favorite. Somehow I always land up flipping a pin around and stabbing myself. But you know, so I did get these. And then I had stitched this, January's gonna be 2 years. A group of us stitched The Mender and the Maker by Brenda Gervais. And this is when I was still stitching on Ada. And I think this is like a raw linen, probably like a 16 count from Hobby Lobby. And I had bought a frame on clearance at Hobby Lobby. It had a picture in it, but it was this big. And we didn't know anything about sizing down or anything. And then my dear friend, Contented Needleworker, Kimberly, I don't know, she just thought all of us could be like her and cut our frames down. So I had taken it off the wall a long time ago and tucked it away. And then when we were cleaning out the craft room, I found it. And my husband cut it down for me because I can't use sharp. So I'm gonna back up. Probably still could have been cut down some more, but I heard some cursing in the garage, I think, when he was doing it. So I didn't really want to tell him to cut it down even more. But I am going to recut the foam board. Now this one was pinned, and this was a tutorial that the camping stitcher Chris has on her floss tube. And I followed it, and then I did put this down with two-sided sticky tape. So I'm just gonna pop the pins out, cut my fabric, cut my board, and redo it and put it on. Put another hole in my new walls. He's gonna leave me one day, y'all. He's gonna leave me. And lastly, this is not what I had bought, but I bought these a few years ago. Is this a Hobby Lobby? Yeah, it says Hobby Lobby. And so I know I got these Christmas 2021. I bought these. This is how long I've had these. So this is what I wanted Go Tell It on the Mountain to go in. And I have a bunch of these. Who knows what I bought them for at the time? Who knows? But I'm going to put it on the foam board. And I'm trying to fold it up, but there's a lot of fabric here. So y'all bear with me one second while I look down. But it's going to go in there perfectly when I get it done. And I'll put some little evergreen twigs and a pretty bow, and probably I have some Christmas bells. And I have like 5 of these. But I have a Jesus tree. Lori Wilson taught me about Jesus trees last year. And I bought a tree last year, and I had a lot of nativity scene ornaments and crosses and things. So I put all of those on my tree last year, but I didn't have anything stitched by me. So this will be my first stitched piece by me for the Jesus tree. Now I had bought some Prairie Schooler angels and stuff to do this year, but I didn't do them. I'm not gonna do them now. I want to, but I'm trying to be honest. But look at that. So this is my first ornament from me to go on the Jesus tree. So, y'all, that wraps up FOs, FFOs, starts, whips, purchases. Right? Yeah. I mean, probably not all my purchases, because y'all know I kind of tune a lot of them out. But I've been busy. I have been painting and reorganizing the craft room, and then this week I spent the week putting together the last of the bi-monthly subscription boxes, which has a pattern by Chrissy, Finally a Farm Girl. And these two things have, besides being the Uber driver for my son who is in high school and now wants to do all of the things, and oh my gosh, I have to pick him up from school right now, and I'm on this with y'all. I'll be back. That poor kid's gonna be standing outside. Not a lick of sense, but I am a nice human. It's been a week, y'all. Oh, and there was a time change. And an election this week, honest to goodness. So, back to what I've been working on and a little bit of shop talk. This was the last bi-monthly box for the subscription. The Christmas box, if you go on my fancifulflamingo.myshopify.com, which is my store, you will see a one-time purchase of a Christmas box. It is the same as the November bi-monthly box because it is Chrissy's Christmas pattern. It's not two different boxes. We were just giving people who had never gotten a subscription before, and maybe we're thinking of doing the quarterly subscription boxes next year, a chance to buy a one-time purchase and see what's in the box. Even though, since we're going to quarterly next year, we're going to be adding to it. I had announced this several times in my floss tubes and in my social media, but a lot of people got very nervous when their subscriptions were canceled manually by us last weekend. Yes, we did this to the bi-monthly boxes to ensure that no one would be erroneously charged in December for a January box and then have to sign up again for a quarterly box. As I have stated in the past, The bi-monthly subscription is going away with this box, and it is being replaced next year with a quarterly box. And the Flamingo has decided to take a trip around the world. So there will be 4 boxes next year, and they will require a new subscription. There is no way, the way that the app works and App Store works, that they can change a bi-monthly subscription to a quarterly, nor would I want to. I wouldn't want to make that decision for you. I'd love to have you back. We're gonna do 250 boxes every quarter. Same great stuff, a pattern, all the called for floss, the Riley Blake finishing fabric that goes in it, the Lady Dot Create specially curated trim, a specially curated backing from Chantel 141 Design, and then Pam and Rob are coming back to help me with the woodworking portion of it, as far as some of my favorite things that I like stitching with and that help me. And I can tell you that the January box will have a thread winder for your DMCs. When I cut up my DMCs and I put them on my floss drops, I use my thread winder. And so this is my favorite thing going in the, spoiler alert, January box. I try to be a very good steward of your money, not my money. My husband wishes I would, and give you as much bang for your buck as you can get in these quarterly boxes. We will not have the Zoom stitch along with the designer next year because we are going around the world and there are time differences, sometimes 6, sometimes 8-hour time differences. But we will have a stitch along, like a Zoom for us to stitch and chat once a quarter. If the designer wants to join us, they are more than welcome to, but because of the time changes, it's too hard to get everybody's schedules linked up. So I'm not dropping the Zoom, I'm dropping the style of the Zoom, if that makes any sense. Big deep breath. The other thing that we have going on is our signature sampler box. And this is, the next one is a blessing sampler for the new year. It is a adaptation of an antique sampler done by Annie, the Proper Stitcher. It will have her pattern. It will have Victoria Clayton silks. It will have a fat quarter of the called for fabric by Atomic Ranch. It will have a specialty needle. It will have some very beautiful scissors. It will have a needle minder that correlates with her pattern, with her design. It will have a beautiful scissor fob, designed and curated and handmade by my sweet friend Deb Pryor. I want to show you, this is not the needle minder that's going to go in your box. Again, not the needle, not the design, because it would give away part of the pattern. But this is someone that I met at, this is Drooling Moose Designs, and they had a table at the Library of Stitchers, and I fell in love with her bespoke needle minders. So this is just a little example of the quality of the needle minder that is going to come in that box. Everything in the signature sampler box is specifically curated around the design. That is available in my shop. There are 100. It is split. We have 60 available in linen and 40 available in Aida. So when you go into purchase, make sure that you look for the either 36 count linen or the 18 count Aida when you are purchasing the box. These boxes will ship out December 15th. And plenty of time for the new year for you to do your blessing sampler. And if you would like to get one of these as a Christmas present for someone, they will ship out December 15th and they will arrive before Christmas. The next signature sampler box will feature Monticello Designs and my dear sweet friend Jean Workman, who I love so much. And she is busy stitching up her design for the spring signature sampler box. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. All right, because I hate to end on shop talk, I've kind of put it almost at the end, but not quite, because I'll be back with, what are we going to call it? Pay it forwards. We're going to call them pay it forwards. So I'll be right back. All right, let's finish this up, paying it forward. So from last time, from my last floss tube, I showed a couple that I had finished, and Pumpkin Row by October House Fiber Arts was one of the ones that I showed and was in my pay it forward stash. Stitcher with a laughing face. You know who you are. Please send me your address to shop@fancifulflamingo.com and I will get it out to you. Pumpkin Alphabet by JBW goes to Darlene North. Thankful, or Be Ye Thankful, which is a new pin cushion by antique needleworker Shelley Fry, goes to M. Saenz. So MSAENZ 601. MSAENZ 601. Please send me your address to shop@fancifulflamingo.com. This pay it forward, if you would like Fractor Flower by Kathy Barrick, just put flower in your comment. Flower. If you would like Fractor Flower by Kathy Barrick. And then as I was going through some of my patterns, you know I want to stitch them all, but I don't have enough time. So I want to pay it forward and pass this along. This is by Hands On Design, Autumn Skies. And if you just put Autumn Skies in your comment, then I have second guessed myself on this. Give it, keep it, give it, keep it. But in all honesty, let's not pretend that I don't have enough to stitch. So the Blue Flowers Autumn's Hymn. I mean, the tomato, the spools, the house, everything. I love Blue Flower. Autumn's Hymn. If you would like Autumn's Hymn, please let me know in the comments and I will pay it forward. And then lastly, from Little House Needleworks, Gather Ye Pumpkins While Ye May. And that is my pay it forward for this week. So, Lord willing and the creek don't rise, I'll be back with y'all in 2 weeks. Happy November, guys. And always remember, get up every morning and make a decision to choose joy and to bring joy to someone else's life. Unless they're your husband and then your children, and you have my permission to just fuss all you want. Bye, y'all. Love y'all.